Hello, unlimited friends. Today we are going to talk about how you can start becoming more aware of the guidance that the universe is sending your way so that you can use this information to create an unlimited life. Hi, I'm ZMAHOON from ZMAHOON.com, and on this channel we talk about anything and everything that has to do with the law of attraction and improving our lives. Okay. So, how do we become aware of our guidance? How do we start hearing it, seeing it, knowing it? Well, yes, it does take practice, but there are a couple of things that you can do which will help you because you'll start noticing the signs that the universe is sending to you. So, the first thing is understanding the concept of momentum. Momentum means manifestation takes place when something has a lot of momentum. Or another way of saying that is when you have spent a lot of time and energy, it's basically the energy, on something in a negative manner, then the manifestation that takes place will be negative. But it doesn't become negative straight out of the gate. Because there is a buffer of time. You have to spend time being negative in order for this manifestation to turn out to be negative. And as you are negative or you're not pointed in the right direction with your vibration, meaning that you're not aligned with source, you're not in the vortex, the universe keeps sending you signs. And your ability to read those signs is going to get better and better and better. But here are the things for you to notice. First of all, it's about feeling. You're going to feel as if you're not ready. You're going to feel that negative emotion, which is something that we talk about all the time. Negative emotion, paying attention to it is so important. And here's the thing. Negative emotion is not a warning that you should not do this thing that you want to do. Let's say you want to ask someone out and you feel bad about it. Well, that's not law of attraction telling you not to ask that person out. That is law of attraction telling you that you're not in the vortex, and so you should get yourself into the vortex before you ask this person out. Because the response that you want to get from that person is going to be a positive one if you get yourself into the vortex first before taking the action. So that's the first thing. Law of attraction will send you, your universe, your guidance, your inner being will send you an impulse that does not feel good, so that you can stop in that moment. And here are a couple of things that you can do. And the first one is so easy. It's just to breathe. Breathe. And raising your shoulders and allowing your breath to go all the way into your diaphragm is a really good thing. Because when you raise your shoulders, think about it. Your lungs are all the way in here. When you raise your shoulders, you're allowing your lungs to expand to their maximum extent. And that reestablishes your connection with source, because in that moment you pay attention to your breath. And when you pay attention to your breath, that is the first step into getting into meditation, into getting hooked up with your inner being. So do that and then tell yourself, okay, I need to think about something different that takes me up the emotional scale. What can I think about in this moment that is going to make me feel just a little bit better? Not all the way better, just a little bit better. And a little bit better and a little bit better. If you keep doing it, pretty soon you're over here and now you're feeling good about asking this person out. Now you're feeling confident. Now you're feeling, yes, I know what the answer is going to be. And that's where you want to get to before you take action. So number one is paying attention to your emotion. Now, if it happens that you don't pay attention to your emotion, then the universe is going to try another way to get your attention. And that other way is going to be a small manifestation. Something small that is supposed to be a message to you that tells you, okay, stop what you're doing and turn your attention to something different. Stop how you're thinking and start thinking a different, appreciative thought. How does the universe do that? Well, the first thing that the universe uses to communicate with us, if we are not listening to our own emotion, then the universe sends us people. Yes, that's right. The universe sends us people who will let us know how we're doing emotionally. So, the outer world is a reflection of the inner world, right? We all know that, right? The outer world is a reflection of the inner world. So the universe will use the outer world to give you small manifestations that are not hurtful, that are not bad manifestations, but they are attempts by the universe to catch your attention so that you can change the gear you're in. Okay? So, for example, if you meet someone and they're unpleasant, or you meet someone and you give them a smile but they don't smile back, that's an indication. Yes, something as small as that is an indication. Maybe you drop a glass and it breaks. Maybe, you get red lights all along your way to work. Maybe somebody was supposed to call you and they don't call you, or you were supposed to have an appointment, or something happens, your date doesn't show up. All of those things are not the end of the world, but they are negative enough that if you stop and you think about it and you say, I am the creator of my own reality. And if I am creating this response from this person, if this appointment did not happen when I really wanted it to happen, if I didn't get the business that I wanted to get, if that person didn't show up to see me, all that means is that I must not be in the vortex. And I know, and you know that too, is that life works a lot better when you are in the vortex. So if the universe sends you a sign that says, you're not quite there yet, come on, you got to do some work, get yourself up there again, right? Then do that. Pay attention to that small little sign. That's what Abraham means when they say that if you nudge a car, if a car is at the top of the hill and you nudge it forward, but then you immediately go and you stand in front of it so that it does not start going down the hill, now you have stopped it before momentum gets started. And that is the concept I'm trying to explain to you, because the universe will try and get your attention. The universe will try and tell you that you've accidentally, not meaningfully, you've accidentally nudged the car forward, and now you need to get in front of it before it starts its downward motion. So if you pay attention, right, if you pay attention, because it will come, you'll see it and you'll know that, oh, I'm supposed to pay attention. And when that happens, you will do the work to go back up the emotional scale. That's like stopping the car before it starts its downward journey. Because once the car starts its downward journey, once you add more negative momentum to the situation, it becomes much harder to stop that car. It becomes much harder to do the vibrational work that is required in order to fix it. Happens all the time in relationships, right? You expect someone to hold you tight, kiss you, hug you, and they don't do it, or they don't call, or they don't text, and you pay attention to that. What are you doing? You're going negative. So then the universe is telling you, you wanted this thing, this tiny little thing, just a text message or a call, and it hasn't happened, but everything that you want should happen. And if this tiny little thing hasn't happened, it's telling you that your vibration is pointed in the wrong way. There's nothing wrong with that person, because if you were at the right vibration, then you would receive the phone call and the text message. So you've got to do something right away. And I find that the easiest thing that you can do is turn to nature. What can I appreciate in nature? Can I look at a flower? Can I look at the sky? Is the sun shining? Is it raining? Do I love the sound of rain? I do. So find something in nature that you can turn your attention to with appreciation, and all you need is a 60-second window. If you can just create a 60-second window, you have applied the brakes and you have stopped the negative momentum even before it gets started. And that you got to congratulate yourself, because you are doing fine if you have accomplished that. Okay, so the next thing that happens is that some small accident can happen. Like a glass breaks, or something small happens, maybe a scratch on your car or something like that. That is not just a sign, but it is an actual manifestation that hurts just a little bit, enough to jerk you awake. So the first thing is negative emotion. If you don't pay attention, then the universe starts sending you signs through people or through red lights or things like that. So those are just signs. They're not hurting you at this point in time. And if you still don't pay attention, then the universe moves to the next gear, and that is the gear where something negative happens to catch your attention. You stub your toe, maybe you pull your shirt, and you get a wrinkle, or you drop something on it and you get a stain. Now these are irritants. They are irritants. Irritation is not a strong negative emotion, but it is strong enough for you to start noticing it. Why did that happen? Why did that have to happen? That was unnecessary. And when you notice that something unnecessary has happened, that is the universe talking to you. That is the universe sending you a message, and that message is stop, stop, stop what you're doing and stop what you're thinking. Because you need to change what you're thinking in order to change how you're feeling, so that the action that you're doing will bear more positive results. So this is the 3-step process that the universe uses to try and catch our attention, to help us to shift the way we are thinking our thoughts, right? So that we can improve the next moment in time, the next day, those things that we want. And if we still don't pay attention, then we end up having a situation develop that becomes more difficult for us to deal with. Okay, folks, I hope that you found that useful, and I hope that you will become, so all of this, the universe is doing this all the time, but are you paying attention? And what I really want to accomplish through this video is to tell you that you've got to start paying attention to these little things that happen. And in the same manner that you pay attention to the little negative signs that the universe is sending you, also pay attention to the little positive signs that the universe is sending you, and congratulate yourself when those things happen. Because when you do that, when you're thankful for them, when you appreciate those things, the universe sends you more of that. So green lights, people who smile at you, people who give you a free coffee, the parking spot, those little things, if they're happening, take those little things and make them into big things. Because remember, that is the concept of the difference between, as Abraham says, the castle and the button. You can take a button and make a castle out of that. And you do that by appreciating that tiny little button so much and so many times that you end up with a pile of buttons that constitute a castle. Okay? All right, folks. That's it for me today. I hope that this was useful. And if it was, please give me a like, because YouTube likes that. And when YouTube likes that, they serve my video up to more people who are looking for this information. And if you would like to come back, remember to click on that notification bell before you leave. And if you would like to leave me a comment, I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you again for visiting, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye for now.